I have had many clients recently say specifically that they want to talk about discipline. I want to be more disciplined. Now, how my clients have perceived this idea of discipline is if they are not able to stay consistent with those ideal behaviors they have in their mind, they punish themselves by telling themselves they're lazy or they're not good enough or they need to be stronger and they're not strong enough to stay consistent to their behaviors. And so there's a consistent self-punishment going on. And now you take an individual that is going to school, trying to navigate a social life, trying to navigate a potential job, pursuing high hopes and dreams in their sport or their education. And they're trying to do that with this constant ideal of discipline that's being thrown around all over social media. And they're trying to get there through self-punishment. Ask yourself that question. Do you want to pursue these dreams of yours by continuously punishing yourself for not being adequate enough or having the strength to stay consistent? I see us working against ourselves here in this situation. And this even aligns with the definitions of these words. Right? Discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. There's another aspect. We're assuming this is disobedience. We're assuming the inability to stay consistent to ideal behaviors is disobedience, but what if it's just difficult? If we see ourselves having difficulty engaging with a task or feeling fatigue, if we jump to punish ourselves for being lazy, not strong enough, not good enough, you tell me if that's going to put us in a headspace to discover better, more efficient ways to execute that task or to see that task. No, we're looking inward. We're thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about how we're not good enough. Thus, are we going to have the cognitive flexibility to see this task that I want to stay consistent to a different way? Probably not. Going back to my clients that bring up that they want to be more disciplined, we approach the conversation like this. First off, are these tasks or behaviors difficult? And the client may say, yeah, they are difficult. Or at least it's my perception that they are difficult. And I say, okay, what's wrong with that? Because what I see often is that this shouldn't be so difficult. We're in a world of life hacks. We're in a world of seeing videos of people that make really difficult tasks so easy and they love every bit of it. Is that reality all the time? No. So what I see is an assumption that we should be able to jump into these tasks. They should feel easy. It becomes, how do we find excitement and adventure in sharpening the skill of being consistent to our behaviors? In fact, Alan Watts, someone I look up to and listen to all the time, would suggest not even using the word discipline and describing that experience as more of a skill. And so that's what we've plugged in with clients. Now, there is no need for self-punishment. This task is difficult. It's okay that it's difficult. I can step into that with the cognitive flexibility of seeing that task a different way, seeing that task as an opportunity to sharpen this skill of staying consistent to certain behaviors. I can actually now start to build the belief that even though tasks are difficult, I can handle them. Now, is that not better than looking for a shortcut, a life hack, or punishing myself? Alan Watts has a facetious line that I want to summarize this topic with, and that is that we don't have to force this. Even a difficult exercise, staying consistent to something we promised ourselves months ago we would stay consistent to, and it's becoming difficult, is that we want to catch ourselves when we start forcing. That is an indication to turn on that cognitive flexibility. How can I challenge myself to see this as an adventure, to see this in a more exciting way of sharpening a certain part of me? And he says it doesn't come from force, because that would be like asking your partner, hey, do you love me? And your partner's saying back to you, I'm trying my best to. I'm trying to force it. Thank you so much for listening. We'll talk again soon.